Hey guys, how's it going? In today's video I'm going to show you how to make one of these beautiful little St. Brigid's Day crosses. Now these crosses were traditionally woven from reeds, rushes or straw on the eve of Imbolc to usher in spring. They would have been hung above doors to protect the home from fire, evil and misfortune. St. Brigid's Day is celebrated annually on the 1st of February, celebrating the beginning of spring and the Gaelic festival of Imbolc. It honours St. Brigid, who was the patron saint of healing, livestock and creativity. It also celebrates the feminine, new life, the return of light, and the birth of little baby lambs. Okay, so to make one of these beautiful little St. Brigid's Day crosses, we're going to require a pair of secateurs, perhaps some side snips, a bodkin, a 30cm long straight stick, 16 4-foot weavers, and perhaps a little 2-inch long gauge stick as well, which we'll be using to measure our distances. Okay, to begin with, we're going to take our 30cm long straight stick. We're going to consider the top 12 o'clock, the bottom 6 o'clock. We're going to take a weaver and we're going to lay it centrally across that stick and then bring the tip end around the back to join the butt end, both at 3 o'clock now. So it looks a little bit like this. We're going to rotate the project, bringing that weaver that we've just introduced down to 6 o'clock. Grabbing another weaver, a second weaver, laying that again across the middle of the weavers we've just introduced, tip end facing 9 and the butt end facing 3. And we're going to wrap the butt end around the back so they now both face in the 9 o'clock direction. We're going to grab that 9 o'clock arm and twist the project anti-clockwise to now bring that 9 o'clock arm down to 6 o'clock. Grabbing a third weaver, we're going to lay that across the middle on top of the weavers we've already introduced. Tip end facing 9, butt end facing 3, and we're going to wrap the butt end around the back of the project so that the tip and the butt both now face 9 o'clock. We're going to grab that 9 o'clock arm, rotate the project anti-clockwise, and bring the arm down at 6 o'clock. Grabbing a new weaver, we're going to do the exact same thing, tip end facing 9, butt end facing 3, and we're going to wrap that butt end around the back so that both the butt and the tip face in the 9 o'clock direction. Grabbing that 9 o'clock arm with my left hand, I'm going to rotate the whole project down to 6 o'clock. A new weaver, each time we introduce a new weaver, it's going to be placed beneath the little central square that we're creating here. We're going to wrap the butt end around the back so that both the tip and the butt are now facing in the 9 o'clock direction. Grabbing that 9 o'clock arm, twisting the project anti-clockwise, introducing a new weaver in the exact same way, laying it across the front, beneath the square, bringing the butt end around the back to join the tip end at 9 o'clock. Grabbing the 9 o'clock arm, rotating the project down to 6. We're using fresh green willow for this project, as it's purely aesthetic, it's decorative rather than functional, so we can deal with a little bit of shrinkage, that's absolutely fine. Each time introducing a new rod beneath the square that's being formed in the middle, wrapping the butt end around the back so that both the tip and the butt are facing 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock arm grabbed with my left hand, rotating the project so that the 9 o'clock arm is now facing 6 o'clock. New rod. Lay down in the middle, twist it around, and then rotating the project. Okay, so if I were to let go of this now, the whole thing would come unravelled. So to prevent that from happening, we're going to take the leftmost pair of weavers up here from the 12 o'clock arm, and we're going to push them down slightly to open up this little window. Selecting my last weaver, I'm going to offer it up kink it into place, and then thread the tip through that little window that we made with the tip laid on top, and then the butt end's going to go around the back, then also go through that little window. We're going to push them through to the final position, close up that little window like so, and now we have a nice tight square formed in the middle. The next step is to bind off these arms. We're going to use a God's eye knot, which I'm about to show you now. Okay, so now we have all 16 weavers introduced. The final step is to bind these off. So this is where our 2-inch gauge stick comes in handy. We're going to use this to make sure that all of our arms are the same length. So offering the gauge stick up to the base of the square of any arm. You can start on any arm you choose. We're going to take a thick rod, a butt end, and kink it up at 90 degrees at the bottom of that gauge stick. I'm going to remove the gauge stick now. I'm going to select the longest weaver from this arm, which is this one, and we're now going to perform a God's eye knot. So keeping that butt end kinked up, we're going to wrap this weaver around the whole bundle, underneath, back onto the top, and it's going to wrap around on the same side as where we started, and now it's going to wrap around the butt end that we popped up at 90 degrees, and we're going to wrap it all the way around the bottom. Again, coming back up on the same side, we're going to wrap it around the butt end, bring it back around the bottom of the bundle, same side, wrap it around the butt, around the back, back up to the top, each time laying the rod down on the outside of the bind that we're creating. When we come to the tip, we just want to secure it off. So here is where the bodkin may come in handy. We're going to open up a little bit of space within that bind using the bodkin. And we're going to thread that tip through the hole that we've just created, pulling the tip tight to finish off the bind. We can now remove the tips and the butts from the arm, the butt end that we used to create the God's eye knot, and that wee little tip there. One arm done. 3 more to go. So before we bind it off, it's good to make sure that the square is still looking good and squarey. Okay, so there you have it, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. This video actually also marks a celebration of me reaching 2,000 subscribers here on YouTube. So I think it may be a new theme that perhaps every milestone of 1,000 subscribers that I reach, I will share a new free tutorial. That is my promise to you all. Upcoming videos, I've got some big projects lined up, including lots of fencing, I've got some Willow in the tank right now, ready and prepared, good to go. So I'll be weaving over the course of the next 2 weeks. There'll be some reels, some shorts, and some long form content like this as well. So once again, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Oh yeah, Imbolc blessings to you all.